Hi, hello and welcome back to F1 Challenge VB. My name is Mephisto and our journey through the history of Formula 1 continues today with the 5th round of the 1966 season, the Dutch Grand Prix. It was held on the 24th of July. It had 18 entries, 17 of them took part in the race with 8 ending up retiring. The race consisted of 90 laps completed in 2 hours, 20 minutes and 32 seconds. Jack Brabham started the race from pole with Holm in second, who retired on lap 37 after a problem with the ignition system. Clark was third on the grid, Gurney fourth but retired on lap 26 due to an oil leak. Parks started from 5th and retired on lap 10 after having an accident. Jochen Rindt was 6th on the grid but retired on lap 2 after being involved in an accident as well. Brabham went on to win the Dutch Grand Prix from Graham Hill, who climbed his way up to 2nd all the way from 7th, he was 1 lap down. Jim Clark kept his starting position and finished 3rd, he was 2 laps down. Stewart moved from 8th to 4th, he was 2 laps down as well. Mike Spence climbed from 12th to 5th, he was 3 laps down. And Lorenzo Bandini, who started from 9th, rounded off the top 6, he was also 3 laps down. Denny Hulme proved to be the fastest man of the race, posting a time of 1 minute 30.6 seconds. Greetings from the sand dunes of Zandvoort, where a lap starts off with a short sprint into turn 1, a tight 180-degree banked right-hand hairpin. Turns 2 and 3 are next. They form a medium-speed left-right chicane which leads straight into turn 4, a tight 180-degree banked left-hand hairpin. From here, the track opens up until we reach turn 7, a medium-speed banked right-hander. After this, the track opens up once more until we reach turn 12, another medium-speed banked right-hander. This leads into the final corner of the track, turn 13, a high-speed right-hand sweeper that brings us around onto the main straight, and that is a lap around the Zandvoort circuit. And here we are in qualifying for the Dutch Grand Prix, and our mechanic sends us out onto the track right when people are coming into the pits. It's kind of nuts, but oh well. And the number 7 there kind of drove through my engineer and blocked my path, but I guess we can now go out and qualify as we see a bunch of cars strewn all across the circuit. This is going to make this qualifying session quite an interesting one, so hopefully we won't do anything stupid, we won't crash into anyone. And here we are coming around to finish our first flying lap and set a 1:33.210. That's not a very good lap time. We are 10 seconds slower than Jack Brabham, who is in pole at the moment, so let's hope we can improve on that. There are still cars on the track, and I managed to set a 1:29.198. That's a huge improvement, but hopefully there we can improve even more, and eventually I managed to set a 1:28.792. Unfortunately, that was as fast as I could go, so I would have liked to do better, but unfortunately I couldn't get my McLaren to go any faster than that, so that's that, I guess. Anyway, here are the previous Dutch Grand Prix winners. Last time we won here was back in 1961, so it's about time we do well here. Here's hoping that today's race will go smoothly for Andy. Anyway, we have Jack Brabham on pole with Mike Parks in second, Denny Hulme is third, Jochen Rindt is fourth, in fifth we have Jackie Stewart, and rounding off the top 6 is Mike Spence. Then in 7th we have Ludovico Scarfiotti, followed by John Taylor in 8th. In 9th we have Chris Irwin, followed by John Surtees in 10th. In 11th we have Lorenzo Bandini, followed by Jim Clark in 12th. 13th is Graham Hill. Then in 14th we have Andy Higgs. Joe Siffert is 15th. 16th is Joe Bonnier. Richie Ginster 17th. Bob Bondurant 18th. 19th is Peter Arundel. Ronnie Bucknam 20th, 21st is Dan Gurney, 22nd Guy Ligier, in 23rd we have Moses Solana, 24th Bob Anderson, 25th is Giacomo Ghecchi Russo, 26th Pedro Rodriguez, 27th Chris Amon, 28th Giancarlo Baghetti, 29th Ines Ireland, 30th Phil Hill, 31st Trevor Taylor, and bringing up the rear we have Chris Lawrence in 32nd. So that is the grid lineup for today's race, and hopefully it is going to be a good race for us and Andy as well, but I guess we will find out soon enough. And we are already off as one of the Ferraris crashes into me, kind of budging me out of the way, but hopefully we can catch back up as we come into turn 1. The same Ferrari turns into me suddenly and causing me to go off the track, but we are still okay, and we somehow managed to keep 14th place for the moment as we come through the chicane here. Hopefully we can get past Lorenzo Bandini soon enough. He's right in front of us, so he's our first target of the race, I guess, as we take a look at a replay of the start. And there we have the Ferrari crashing into us. We can see the nose of the car is quite bent from that little push, and there is the Ferrari again crashing into us. Not a very good start overall, but hey, at least our car is still in one piece, so that's good. At least we can continue racing, and hopefully we can finish the race in a very good position. Well, at least that's what I would like to say, but that's not what happened. This race started to go really badly, really quickly, so without further ado, cue the music. Yes, this is another one of those races. Have fun watching. Ouch. That oughta hurt. Why are they all just coming into the pits randomly to retire? That makes no sense. Oh, and we have a fastest lap. Wow. It looks like it's not always just retirements. Wow. Congratulations to Chris Irwin then, I guess. Man, this AI really doesn't like this corner, does it? Wow, he decided to quit. Anyway, we move on to lap 17, and that's kind of, well, not the end of the retirements, but the end of the bulk of the retirements. And thanks to all of that, we moved up into 9th. Yes, it was only thanks to the retirements that I managed to move up into 9th. It was really hard to keep up as we now move on to lap 23 here. As I come out of turn 1 there, I touch the outside of the turn, the corner there. That caused me to spin the car, crashed into the fence, lost my front left, and we are out of the race as we take a look at a replay of that. Coming into turn 1 here, touching the outside curb there. a very bad thing to do around Zandvoort here. That unsettled the car, caused it to spin around, and well, that's the end of the Dutch Grand Prix for Andy Higgs. We have retired quite a few times this season, not very happy about that, but well, not much I can do about that really, so here's hoping that things will improve in the second half of the season as we take a look at a replay of John Surtees, who pulls off to the side, maybe has a brake problem or something. Anyway, he retires as we now take a look at a replay of Geki Russo, who I think crashed into Solana there and lost his front right. Here is a replay of Solana coming around through this corner, crashing into that wall and losing his front left, and he is out of the race. And now we have a replay of Jackie Stewart coming into the pits to retire. Not quite sure why, but oh well, why the hell not. And here we have Chris Irwin. We see smoke coming out of the back of his car, and he retires as well. However, he did complete 90% of race distance, so he is classified as a finisher. And we also have, here we have Jim Clark coming around to win the Dutch Grand Prix, so congratulations to him. Bonnier finished second, third Scott Fioti fourth, Gurney fifth, Taylor, and Guy Ligier is sixth. And here are the retirements, a whole lot of them, and unfortunately once again we number ourselves among the retirements. That's not very good, but again, there's not much I could have done there. Well, that's a lie. I probably should have been a bit more careful coming into the corner. Going a bit slower probably would have been a lot more help, but I didn't have the hindsight then, so that is that, I guess. Anyway, let's move on. And here are the career statistics. This was Andy's 146th Grand Prix. His best start is from first, has 16 pole positions, has set 27 fastest laps. His best finishes in first, has completed 95 races, 74 of them in the points, has won 43 Grand Prix, 4 at Indianapolis 500, 6 in Monaco, has 8 championships under his belt, has scored a total of 507 points, has retired 51 times, has experienced 3,120 out of 3,848 laps, has 7 bronze trophies, 16 silver trophies, 43 gold trophies, and as an extension, 43 podiums. And here is a quick look at the championship standings. Jochen Rindt is still in the lead, with Lorenzo Bandini in second, Bob Anderson, Andy Higgs, John Surtees, and Jim Clark sharing third. The last person to score points is Guy Ligier down in 18th. And bringing up the bottom of the standings, we have Phil Hill. So those are the drivers' standings. Now let's move on to the constructors. And here we have Ferrari and Cooper sharing the lead of the championship, with DW Racing Enterprises, Bruce McLaren Motor Racing, and Team Lotus sharing third. Brabham are 6th. The last team to score points are Guy Ligier in 13th. And bringing up the bottom of the constructors' standings are Amon Racing down in 19th. So that was the Dutch Grand Prix. Once again, a very disappointing race for Andy Higgs and for Bruce McLaren. We only managed to finish one race this season, and that's not very good. Although we still have 4 more races left, so hopefully the second half of the season will go a little bit better. That would be quite nice, I would say. You know, retiring this often isn't very good for your image. But yeah, anyway, our next race is the German Grand Prix at the Green Hell, so, well, a lot of things can happen at that circuit. It's a very long circuit, a very difficult circuit, and I guess we'll find out how things will turn out once we get there, but I'm really hoping that we can get back to at least finishing races, even if we don't score points, but completing the races would be a start. Obviously, scoring points would be even better, and winning would be perfect, but you can't have them all now, can you? But that is it for this video. Not much more I could add to any of this, except for the fact that, again and again, I'm quite disappointed about the result. I really need to learn to pay a bit more attention at what's going on and what I'm doing out on track. Hopefully I'll manage to remember that for next race. But yeah, that is it for this video. Don't forget to vote for next season's team. Link is in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.